know about you guys, but have you ever had one of them days there's just so much going on, you don't know where to go, what to start on? I'm glad I'm not like you guys, because I never have them days.
Whatever you do, don't forget to like the video, or else you'll have one of them days. And that's not what we want. We're making some room in the heated shop at my house, that way we can get the planter in here.
You know, something nice about this broom, you know, if your back edges and you can't reach it, just reach in, pull a piece of wood out, stick your back in, then later if you need it again, it's still there.
We're getting kind of squished for storage space for our equipment around here. We could put the 24-row planter in the big machine shed, but the only problem is there's a lot of corn dust in that building when it gets full of corn, and we don't want all that corn dust over all the electronics and stuff in the planter. Nice and cozy. Harvest is quickly approaching us, so Cooper and I are looking for stuff to set up for harvest. We still have a hole in the roof of the big machine shed, so we're kind of limited on setup in here. But when the 50,000 bushel bin roof crushed into the big machine shed, it destroyed the auger that was hanging under here. And in order for us to work on the rafters, we had to cut out the auger that was in the center. We still have a little bit of auger that we need to get down. And then once we get that done, Cooper and I are gonna go on a little adventure and see if we can find some replacement augers.
At least Cole's cutting, not me.
We're out here at the cemetery again, and I better check the focus on my camera because sometimes I hit the thing and then it looks like I'm right up to the camera. But we're back at the cemetery, and before I unchain the skid loader, I'm gonna walk up to the grave here real quick and pull the plywood off. I parked the skid loader bucket close to the grave, so when I'm working on it, like down here, you'll get in loose grass and stuff. It's just nice to take that extra few minutes when I'm raking out. We can get rid of that stuff. You can make a world of a difference on the looks of the grave. You know, like a big old dirt clod. If it won't break up and stuff, just take that second, stick it in the skid loader bucket, get rid of it. And the biggest thing is, when I go to bed at night, I know I gave my all for the job I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, let's get this looking nicer, and then I can show you what we mean. Me, because it's just me out here. We're gonna go ahead and load up, and we gotta go to another cemetery.
After burning like 27 holes in my shirt, we got all the chunks of auger down. There's like 150 feet worth, but we do have the little motor left. And by motor, I mean one of these little guys. Well, they're little, but they're heavy. This little unit's probably 150 pounds. We just gotta be careful with this because a 150-pound motor falling 22 feet, concrete might not like that. Noisy machine. I don't know what size the bolts are up there, but I'm bringing 3 sockets with me. Hopefully one of these is right. So what feels like I've been saying for forever and a half is that I'm going to get my yard clean, I'm going to get it leveled out, and I'm going to get it seeded. A bunch of stuff has continually gotten in the way of that, and I'm tired of it. So we're gonna get this wood put away, get this mess taken care of, hopefully bring the dump truck to the scrapyard, get that metal picked up, and then we gotta grab the skid loader. We have a ton of dirt to move, we have low spots, we have high spots, good spots, bad spots, and ugly spots. This most certainly is not a one-day project, but I just wanna get her done. I want my yard to look nice. It's looking better already. The dump truck is full, so I'm gonna run this into the scrapyard quick. I'm gonna guess 4,300 pounds. Oh boy, we're here. We are currently waiting behind this truck. Once this guy gets off, we'll hop on the scale, we'll go out back, we'll dump it, we'll come back, we'll weigh again, then they subtract the difference, and then that's what we're paid on. Now that's what I need. I wasn't far off. 4,520 pounds, $158.20. So now that we're back from the scrapyard, we have a lot of junk that we can still pick up. Well, it used to be a lot of stuff anyway. It's starting to thin down. But we kind of have one major item left to tackle in this area. That trailer. The inside of this thing is full of junk. I'm gonna pull out all the stuff that can break, then I'm gonna go get the telehandler, and we're just gonna rip this thing apart. I look forward to this. put it lightly, my work's cut out for me. We have to cut some of this a little smaller, so that way it doesn't take up more room than it has to. And then we'll come in here and get all this stuff cut up. And as we're doing that, we're gonna have to be pulling wood off. I will say one thing that's kind of nice about this trailer, this was like a 1950s trailer and they made metal a lot thinner back then. So cutting through these main beams should go a lot easier. And it also helps that half of them are rusted out.
We got done with the other grave. We got everything loaded up on the trailer. We were just getting ready to fold up the ramps and stuff. We got a call. We actually have another grave to dig. So while we're here, same cemetery, we're gonna go ahead and get this one dug.
I've been getting this thing crunched up pretty good, but just doesn't feel like I've got anything done.
Cooper and me, I guess Natalie's out here. We're trying to make an auger for something to replace our overhead in the big machine shed. It got damaged, so we're trying to revamp something with some stuff we have. I don't know if it's gonna work, but right now we're trying to see if we can get a motor to kick in, and then we're gonna start scratching our heads. I'll probably have to put the camera on fast speed here. I wonder if he could go any faster. How fast do you think you were going, Cole?
At least 1.7.
Cole, you know, when I go to these auctions sometimes and I pick up these augers that are just kind of floating around and they go for 10 bucks or something.
Wait, you do that? No.
This has been laying out back for a while. Someday, we're hoping we can get a little more organized bin set up. Until that time comes and a little extra cash, we got to make do with what we got. So that's what we're doing. But with our bin situation now, losing some bins this year, hopefully with insurance, maybe we can start out with one nice bin and we just have to kind of play. But that will not get done this year because these bin crews, as everybody knows, they are swamped. We need to do some thinking and stuff and hopefully get something in work for next year. It's probably hard to see Natalie, but she's sitting way back there. We're gonna show the little boogers who the boss is, and more likely it's gonna win. We've been talking to different people around. When you have insurance on a building, let's say you have a building and you have, let's say $100,000 on the building when you build it, and maybe it was 10 years ago when it got built. Now we're talking to some of the neighbors and they said now that they're looking at building a building that just blew away in the windstorm, putting up the same building with the price of lumber gone up, tin gone up, labor gone up. They're finding out that same building that they put up maybe 10, 11 years ago for $100,000, maybe now it's going to cost them $140,000, and that might be without labor. So that's kind of catching a lot of people off guard. Anybody want to get branded?
Wow, that was amazing.
You know what they say, it's gonna look worse before it looks better. It's definitely the case. So right here I have the entire shell of the trailer. I'm able to go along with the forks on the skid loader and peel right under this tin. And then I take the skid loader forks and I poke it through these holes, that way I can rip out the old plywood. I have just about half of it done. Then I'll flip this over and we'll do the other side. And then once this frame's completely empty of plywood, we'll drag it over here and then we'll take the torch and we'll make everything in nice little bite sizes. That way it'll fit on the dump truck. I kind of have a feeling I'm gonna have more than one dump truck load left here.